was going to do on. Is it letting you include your audio?
Oh, give me a minute.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. Excellent.
Audio's in.
Awesome.
Audio's in.
No worries. Okay. Well, welcome to everyone. It's 1 minute past 6 now, so it shouldn't be too long. It's supposed to be a full lobby.
So a lot of people.
5 short. So yeah, still 15, so it's not too bad, but it should be full.
Dude, I've got control joke.
but,
Felt horrible. Felt horrible.
In a way, just to say welcome to everyone. We're up and live with WRL round 5 of the season at Spain. For a full qualifying 50% race, so 35 laps. Usually a good race here. So I'm just getting my stream open now so I can share it.
I can't fix it. I have to get a new controller. Fuck's sake. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, that's horrible.
Right. Where is WRL? Oh, race is readied up. It appeared to be up to 16 in qualifying as well. There you are. I've shared the link to it where I can in a way. So we'll get a few coming in.
That's confusing. That doesn't happen there, but...
Right, readying up now in a way for Q1. 16 on the grid, so at the moment it'd just be the one that we lose. But as I say, there might be a few more joining within quali. Hey Glads. Glads just joined the stream, said hello.
I know some of these guys on the other Discord server around there, like JD Racer.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's a good racer as well as JD. As long as at the front somewhere. I think we got a few new guys tonight, which I always enjoy watching. I think Mr. Heat Gang, not seen him before. Tropical, I think, has literally joined the lobby today. Flynn? Have I seen Flynn? I can't remember seeing Flynn before. All the others, old hands now. Zeus is still quite new. I think he raced last week. That's the first one. Get the Black Delta up and the track map on full. Telemetry. That's it.
Is it going to be fun?
Yeah, should be. It's just looking. Glads is leading the way in the championship at the moment. You'll expect to see him somewhere at the front. Is that Flynn
He's
on
right
the way
behind
out?
him. Championship.
I'm not sure actually, because Winter Place was up there, but he missed last week and he's missing tonight. So he would have dropped down. I think Lads is open quite a big lead now. Also, Tommy Real was, but he's left the league. So Flynn out on track. Yeah, Flynn's the first car out on track, so we'll stick with him for the first lap to see what sort of target he can lay down. Can't say I've really touched Canada yet on 22, to be honest. I'm not. I don't think there's any changes to the track there. It's just. But the.
Nope.
I think the
Backdoor
colour
is
pattern's a bit better.
I think. Something's happened to him.
Oh dear.
I think my mic's a bit too loud. I'm trying to turn that down.
There he is.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's okay. There we are. So Flynn.
Might be a game problem,
Flynn
to be
down
honest.
straight. It might be. Oh, hang on. I've got a feeling I've got my Alexa.
I think it's just the
Connected
wire
up.
tangled up. It's fine. I'll just turn the game sound down a little bit. It's quite loud.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot louder in 22 than it was in 21. That's why I had all mine up to the maximum settings, because 21 was quite quiet. I had to turn a lot of it down. Flynn on his way round then through sector 1.
Is my mic
Looking-
echoing?
Tidy. It sounds alright to me.
Well, I can keep it part of it, it just keeps like making little sounds, I think. Understand it?
Yeah, I can hear like a little static sound, but that's disappeared now as well.
That's gonna be annoying, but what's to deal with it?
Yeah, it's alright. I'm not really noticing it. I think it actually, when you speak, it stops. Flynn onto the long straight then. It's looked like a good lap so far. I think he's going to lay down a decent target. I don't know, have you done many laps around Canada this season? At all?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say again?
Just asked if you've done many laps yourself around Canada.
No, I don't really race. I just usually commentate
don't
because
you?
I just got bad at the game, really, so I just gave up. I'm starting to
Oh,
get
fair
somewhat
enough.
better, but it's kind of a
Cool.
struggle. The game's more realistic, let's say.
Yeah, it is definitely this year. It's much better this year.
Some people
And
struggle,
sorting
some
out a lot of
people
glitches.
find it good.
Yeah. Well, Flynn's gone across on a 10.4. That's our fastest at the moment. A 10.7 P2 for Tropical. That seems like decent times. JD Racer's done a 12.4 and Tesco a 12.6. On with.
See what Zeus can do in this house. It's looking decent so far.
Yep, so Zeus 20.095 in the first sector.
Go fastest
Bit
sector
of
one, that's pretty good
traffic.
for the horse so far. Can you improve?
Oh, that car does not. Yeah, he does get away actually, the Aston Martin. But, Zeus then heading up towards the end of the second sector in the Haas. It's 42.8. Down the main straight. That's what makes this track a little difficult to set up for, because you've got this massive long straight, which makes you want to use a lower downforce, but first two sectors really are all about high downforce, so you've got to sort of set up somewhere in the middle. Looks like Zeus is doing decent. It's 11.7, that puts him P4 for the moment. Pick a loco. Oh, he's invalidated. Heat gang doesn't improve. He's on a 14.2 at the moment. That was probably a cooldown lap actually.
There we
Like
go, I
those
thought the mic's
into the
improved.
pits.
Very well. Oh, Zeus has spun a
Excellent.
little bit there. Trying to improve his time,
Yeah,
just
he's-
gone spun. That's gonna cost him.
Yeah, I think He's probably on an in lap now in a way. Flynn's retired out in the pits, so he's happy with what he's done. Thinks how to get him through. And Tropical as well.
Just watch the
hot
Red Bull
lap.
of JD Racer absolute speed into the pits.
It can be a hard pit. So if you use the corner line on Canada, I used the corner line, and it can be hard to judge the pit lane because the braking part is right where the corner line is. So it's hard to hit it.
Nope, but Max got worse.
Who's that?
For fuck's sake. See if anybody else is on the line.
I'm with
McLaren.
Glads now. Glads is on lap.
Baz is on the validated lap zone. In the McLaren. What's the corner code?
Hey Matex. Thank you very much for the subscription, mate. Very kind of you.
Red Bull of Glads is doing pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Got fastest sex to say.
We're used to seeing him somewhere at the front. He's handy.
This
I
is
actually
looking like a
raced in
really
another
good
league
lap.
with him in the same tier, but
That's not bad from
11-1.
Glads to P3.
no.
With his teammate,
P3.
JD Racer in P4.
Yeah, he's got a lot more on in than that as well, Glads, and JD Racer for that matter. Both Red Bulls.
Done very
Ghost
well
Rider
so
then
far.
through the chicane. Heads to the line. Looks like it's going to be a 112. 112.6 puts in P6. Baz. The McLaren.
Can Tesco improve his time? He's going to go a 12.6.
Nice. Literally 200ths off of Ghost Rider. So, looks like we've got sort of drivers in little sections of their own at the moment. But it should be competitive throughout. As heading down to the chicane. 44-1 in the first sector. Sorry, second sector. Straight. He's got a Red Bull on the back of him, but I guess that Red Bull's coming in.
That's looking decent so far from Tesco. I think he'll improve his time. Just. Oh, he's just struggled around that. Oh, yeah. Hasn't gone well for
Tesco
him.
was 3 temps up, but he's invalidated, yeah, final corner. His teammate's gone into P9 on a 13-2. Dylan, I don't know how to say this name, I think it's Dalanoche, but it might just be Dalano, I don't know. 112.3 puts in P6. Just pick a loco, yet to set time. Oh, we lost the Holy Nelsy, so actually, as long as Piccoloco gets through, everybody else... Sorry, as long as Piccoloco gets a time on the board, everybody will be through now. Because Holy Nelsy's going out, and Mr. Heat Gang's going out. So he's crashed on track.
Is there only one person that's going out?
It should be, yeah, but because Holy Nelsy has retired and is last, well, he will be when Piccoloco puts time on the board, and Mr. Heat Gang actually retired on track means we'll lose both of them and only have 14 in Q2.
Hmm. Can Pico set a lap zone? He's not set one currently.
Yeah, he's just heading for the line now.
Looking like a
It's looking okay, 12.
12.5.
Yeah,
Sends him up in the
slots him
P7.
into P7.
Seen him race before in the another league, it was quite decent.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I think I've seen him the last couple of weeks, and he seems good. Checo is on an outlap. He hasn't got a time on the board yet, but he would still be through, even if he didn't bother to set a time. He'd still be through. Supply Raptor as well actually hasn't set time, so, and he's still sat in the pits. So he does need to come out. He's got to set a time, otherwise he'll be knocked out. We'll end up 3-8. What's JD Racer? Is he on a lap at the moment? No. Oh no, I don't know. He's in for a sector. He might be. So, yeah, he's just over half a tenth up in the first sector. JD Racer. Starts.
Checo's going for his lap.
Yeah, he's just started, isn't he? Yeah.
It's looking alright so far.
Lads retires out in the pits. He's happy. He's done enough.
Gets him really good.
Yeah. JD Racer just over quarter of a second up. So he's heading into the 110s by the looks of it. Just depends how far, if he can improve any more. Out of the final corner, pretty close to the wall. He's pushing it, definitely. That's 111 flat, 111.000. It's him in P3.
Just beating Galatz, his teammate.
Yep, so Red Bull P3 and P4. So it looks like Flynn and
Checo's
got decent pace on him.
Oh no.
Down to Checo, where is... Oh, he's on the final
He
corner,
was probably going to get top 3, because how good that lap was. Maybe even pole was that good. It was a great lap, he just struggled at the end. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, but yeah, and he invalidated at the end there as well. So as well as spinning, so it's invalidated the next lap as well. So Supply Raptor is on an out lap now, so he's gonna get a lap in. Tesco not improving.
I think Tesco needs to improve his time. He's already through no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope these guys are coming out again aren't using fresh softs. I hope they're using the same set.
Got faster sector one, Tesco, I think. Might be wrong.
Just watching through sector 2. He's just come through the chicane, so he got decent exit. He's 3.5 temps up on his time, which is putting him towards the 112.3, which is around about P6. Just heading down towards the chicane now. I hated this chicane on last year's game. Used to invalidate literally every other lap. It's an invalidation. It's horrible.
It's not bad from Tesco.
It's good improvement.
To P6.
Yep, that's P6, 12.1. Not that far off of Zeus, so he's looking competitive today, Tesco.
I don't think the lap was needed at all. Doesn't know how to get more laps in.
My line improves by a long way and moves up to P11.
If we get to the point where people are going to start to retire if they feel like they've done a good enough job, JD might retire.
Yeah, I mean, he's guaranteed through. They all are. As long as they got times on the board, that's all that matters. And they're through. Supply Raptor's just about to put his time on the board.
And that is a really decent time for Supply Raptor to go to P3. Very good.
He has indeed. 110.8, looking good. Checo needs to come back out the pits though. He's got 3 minutes. So, but he has to get the time on the board.
Ghost Rider's looking to improve his time. If he can do it. Oh, he might do it actually. Ghost Rider has.
Yeah. He was up 1 to P9. Other than that, Mike Dole, no, he's well down. Oh, he's been round actually, Mike Dole. Oh, he's round again. He spun it on the exit of the hairpin. And there, Dalinoche retires it out. So Checo is out on an outlap then, but I wonder if he realises the situation that all he needs to do is get a time on the board. It could be like, it could take him 2 minutes to go round. It doesn't matter as long as he registers the time.
He's couldn't run an outlet.
Yeah. So I think we may as well go to Checo then. Get ready for it because
Checo in a Ferrari. That's something.
yeah, doesn't sound right. Oh, I think
Not sure about that corner, to be honest. He looks like he just went a bit wide going around the corner. Did an outlap anyway. Just realised.
I've just realised I've been told by Dalinoche you can call him Dylan. It's Dylan something.
Oh my god. Isn't it Day Don't Know?
Okay.
I remember him. I used to be a co-host of the league until it just got disbanded, so...
Right, I see. Yeah. It's a bit easier than saying Dalinoche all the time, anyway.
I mean, he was rapid in that league, dude. He got first. He's so good in Saudi Arabia in the last game. It's ridiculous what he did.
Wow. Okay.
I think he got a 127 point something. It was that good. 127.4, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot harder this year on Jeddah. But, I know it was in the 27s last year on Jeddah, but I can't remember exactly what. Checo then heading down the straight. Everything's okay at the moment, but he cannot make a mistake in the final chicane. He's not going to have time to cross the line again. So.
Crashes into the world champions. Wait for it. Oh, it doesn't do it. Oh, yeah, he's done it.
Oh, he's
just
done
about.
it.
Got it. It's going to be sending them into at least top 10. Yeah, 7th. That's not bad for them.
7.
For them. Oh, the echo's me.
Yeah, that's right. That's my headset this time.
It's like a thunderstorm. It was a record get that from Flint, yeah, 10.4.
Very nice. Yeah, so anyway, just to confirm, we got, well, I'm not going to go through everybody that's through. Oh, we got a couple of penalties, actually. Baz has picked up a 5-place penalty, and Mike Dahl has picked up a 10-place penalty.
That's going to be 2 people out.
Yeah, effectively. So, yeah, just the 2 outs, the Heat Gang and Holy Nelsey, I think it is. We've not seen Drive yet before, so we're going to have to wait for the race for that one. I don't know. It looked like it should be pretty competitive for qualifying. It's just oh, he said you can call me Dylan because nobody can say my name right. So it's not Dalinoche then.
Dylan Natcher.
That'd do. Right then.
I think he might have a little bit of an echo now. Just came back.
Okay. So it sounds alright in my headset.
Zeus is going to be the first one to come out.
Excellent. Let's go to him then. Zeus, the god of gods, now driving a Formula 1 car for Haas. He's really gone down in the world. Oh, he's out that.
Starts around a little bit. People are going to have to start getting to that, start getting the laps before it starts pouring it down, and that's going intermediate.
Yeah. Have you seen some rain, have you? Have you seen some rain?
Yeah, there was some rain.
Oh, okay. Your eyes are better than mine then.
It's going to take about 3 laps to settle in, so...
Okay.
Well, everybody should come out. Yeah, everybody's came out for the laps.
Yeah, they're all out quick.
Zeus has just come by the
Oh,
when the Ferrari go by.
the Ferrari's gone
So
by.
he's just right behind
So
it.
we'll move to the Ferrari, which is...
Oh, sorry, it's not Ferrari, it's Alfa Romeo.
Oh. In that case, it must have been Tropical.
I don't know what Zeus is doing there. He really doesn't like that corner. He just went 50 miles per hour around that corner. Still got validated lap time.
Yeah, and it would have invalidated his next lap as well. Tropical... Yeah, so Tropical's invalidated. So Zeus did the same. He did. They both did it. Okay, in that case...
I'm going to watch TTV Glance. He looks promising.
Okay, I'm on with Flynn at the moment. Looks like he's flying, to be honest. Bit of pressure here, though, with the rain starting. They need to get a good enough time on pretty quickly.
Well, someone could do a Nicholas Latifi on wet sing. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, now I can see the rain. It needs to be a little bit heavier for my eyes. I can't see. So I'm just starting. Either that or you've got 4K television. I am. Flynn just coming up to the chicane. So the two in front invalidated, so their times won't count. Flynn will cross the line, and it looks like it's going to be a 1.
Glass is looking good so far.
So
Fastest lap is going to Flynn with a 1.11.
Yep, 11.0. 11.4 for Raptor, 12.2 for Piccoloco, Checo on a 13.4.
Glass might beat that time. Let's find out.
Here he comes.
No, he won't.
1.11.4.
He's going to get a 1.11.
Puts in P2, so that's
Just roughly around about 3.5 temps away.
Mike Dole just
Oh, it's got to swim. Too much in the throttle.
Mike Dole goes into P5. Aston Martin and a McLaren headed for the line.
Just watch the Ferrari get pushed almost into the wall during a qualifying. My word.
Dear. As goes into P8, 13.1. This track could be starting to get wet pretty quickly. It could be a case of who gets over.
Pico's good in that Williams so far. He's into P4.
Tropical is heading for the line. So 1.11.4.
Yeah, Ferrari goes right at these on a flying lap. See what he can do.
Oh, Zeus is out. Zeus has crashed out the final corner. Trying to get to someone that's going to... Just going into the pits. Everybody's going to come into the pits, so I don't think I'm going to get to see it, unfortunately. Yeah, Ferrari's in as well.
Oh, but just kicks me.
Okay, so Zeus is definitely out then. He's... Well, Hammy invalidated, so he's having to do another lap. Dylan, 1.13.8. Tesco is on his way round. It does, I can see the rain much clearer now, so I think it is getting harder. So this, it's quite possible JD Racer's in trouble here. And, well, Hammy, Tesco and JD Racer could be in trouble. Well, Tesco's not even completing a lap, he's in pits. So Hammy then onto the straight. He's got JD Racer just behind him, but oh, he's disappeared. Oh, sorry. So Hammy went into P11 there. JD Racer on 13.5. He scrapes into P10. He might have done enough. I'd suggest he probably has done enough, really. Let me just see if I can get... Where's Turnip back a second? We lost him there. There he is. Yeah, him. That might help. Right, guys. Well, we'll carry on. I'm inviting him back to the party. I'll check, have a look at Discord, see if he's sending me any messages. Okay, it looks like his Xbox is overheated and won't turn back on. So I'm just letting him know I've sent him a friend request. Right, so anyway, guys, let's get to this. So, Tesco, oh, he's lost a wing. So I think Tesco may admit defeat on this now. It's quite clear the rain's is too hard now. I think you'll find the top 10 are the 10 that are going through. Dylan's back out. He's going to give it another run. I don't blame him for that. Just outside, so we may as well. Just head to Baz. He's just behind Dylan. He's on a hot lap, so hello, look, 7.8 seconds down. So, I mean, I don't know. Look how ginger he's having to be. I think, guys, we could pretty much call this. I think it is what it is. Obviously, guys are getting out on track to try and get themselves through, but which, of course, they should do. But it's looking extremely difficult to improve from here. Let's go with Dylan then and see what he can do. But you can see it's not as quick through the corners, and well, he's invalidated there, but so he lets the Red Bull past. But for me, I think the track's too far gone now. JD Race has gone on an out lap. I think he's done that mainly because just it as a precaution that he may need to do another lap if they may need to do another lap if somebody does manage to improve, but it's looking extremely unlikely. Hammy, his best then, is coming around to start a lap. See how he goes. But for me, as I say, I think the track's too wet. You're even seeing the dark lines appear when he's accelerating. It's. Let's see what he's like through. Oh, JD Racer's retarded. He was out on an out lap, so I thought for a second that JD Racer had lost it. But he hasn't. He has retarded that in the pits. So, Hammy. Oh, he's round. Wow. That front wing flew about a bit. But, well, fair play. He's giving it a go, hasn't he? At least he was really trying. But, Tesco not coming back out, I think. I don't even think, even if the rain suddenly stops here, it's not going to get good enough again to do slick runs. It really was just about getting your time on the board as quick as you could there. The quicker you got it in, the faster you could be. Let's decide a Q2. So, we've had a miracle. I think we're going to be losing Dylan, Hammy and Tesco, and of course Zeus, who crashed earlier on. Bit more comes off the front wing there. The end plate flew off, I think. They're going to be the ones that we lose, and Looks like Flynn, Tropical, Glads, Supply Raptor, Piccoloco, Mike Dole, Ghost Rider, Checo, Baz, and JD Racer are going through. JD Racer, that was lucky. I gotta be honest, fair play to him, well done. But that was lucky. He was very, very nearly lost out then. So, Dylan and Tesco are going to give it another go. Well, Dylan's actually on intermediates, look. For me, it's going to be also extremely I don't know whether this is really a genuine attempt to try and get through. I think it's probably more a case of getting a bit of practice in, particularly if the race has got any rain in it. You may as well get a bit of practice in where you can on the intermediates. Here he comes then. Tesco's heading down the straight as well. Hammy retired it out. He didn't feel there was any improvement in it, so he's not bothered. We'll keep an eye on Dylan. Goes. I missed his first split time there, but he's really pushing it, to be fair to him, is Dylan. Really giving it the best he can. Heading down towards the end of Sector 2 now, on the way down to the hairpin. Yeah, so, I mean, you can see he's really pushing this, but he's still 4 seconds down. But he's, fair play, he's giving it a go. Somebody else is headed out now. Piccoloco's out, so he's currently in P5 Piccoloco, so that's pure practice. Because obviously Q3 is going to, I assume, be intermediate tyres, so validation there from Dylan. But if there's any consolation, Dylan, that would be a handy time in the wet, to be fair. Don't know where he's off to right now. He's going to pick a loco. He's 5 seconds down pretty much. As I said, it's just about practice this. It's one of those, it's not a bad idea to go out and get practice after it started raining. And you know you're going to be involved in Q3, so why not get a bit of practice in? But on the other hand, you do look rather silly if you've been it. Which I've seen people do before. So, anyway, that's the end of Q2. Yeah, you did try, Dylan. Nobody can say you didn't try, man. That was actually a good time in the wet. But, yeah, so there's just a confirmation. The 10 that I mentioned are through, as suggested. I'm going to say it again, JD Racer, very, very lucky to get through there, if I'm honest. But we lose Dylan, Hammy, Tesco and Zeus. I tell you what, that puts some very handy drivers just outside the top 10 now. Could make it very interesting. So, here we go then. But looking at these times, like the top 4 are extremely close. Obviously, they only got one running, so the guys that are like the 113s and that could probably go a lot faster if they got more chance to do laps. But expect. Oh my word, that's got to be full wets, hasn't it? That's absolutely hammering down. So it's got to be a full wet session. I don't know if there's any drivers in the chat that might be able to let me know if it's a wet race or a dry race or a bit of both. Yeah, I agree with you, man. They got to be they got to be up there as the most hated corners of the season. Surely, if you had to pick one, a lot of people would surely say the chicane at the end of Canada. So out on track first, then is Picoloco. As you can see, it is on the full wets, so probably expect times in the low 120s, maybe high teens. I'm not sure. This is one of those. You've got to get out quick. I'm surprised we haven't got everybody on track already. You've got to get out quick just in case the track's just getting worse and worse. Picoloco trying to get some heat into those wet tyres. You see there's still a line there, a racing line, so it's not absolutely the worst wet it could be. Here he goes then. Say for me, vital to get time on the board early. Usually in these conditions though, you gradually see people improving more and more as they go. Dry race, and Flynn will be under the 120, so yeah, I was trying to remember, and I think they're usually at 10 seconds off, roughly, on this track. Maybe a little less than that of what they can do in the dry, so I think there's a few drivers here that could do sub 110 in the dry. So I suspect they could do sub 120 in the wet, but also JD Racer, by the way, is unreal in the wet, so I do think he'll be fighting up there, JD. So, out the final corner, Picoloco. So, importantly, getting a first time on the board. And it's a 22.4. Let's go to the Ferrari next of Ghost Rider then. He'll be next to cross the line. Baz is just behind him. Hey, Birdie. It's very wet, mate, but it's a dry race. Dylan assures me it's a dry race. So, nothing to worry about. Here comes Ghost Rider then, so that's a 23.7, and Baz does a 24.1, goes into P3. Checo just coming through the final corner. Ooh, I'm not surprised that wasn't invalidation. He's got away with it, and heads to the line. He's on intermediate tyres, interestingly enough, and that's a 26.5. Glad's also on intermediates, that's a 23.2. I think the suggestion that as Picoloco is fastest on a 22.4, that wets are probably the right tyre, unless they know something that I don't, and it's going to dry up a bit. I must admit, it does look like the rain's a little bit. No, there. See, on that camera, it looks heavy. Tropical just on an outlap. Let's go to. Picoloco was improving but invalidated, and it must have been at the final corner because it's invalidated the next lap as well. Racer is invalidated. Ghost Rider is heading down the straights. Ghost Rider is on the wets. Head to the line, and he improves by half a second, so he's gone into P3. On a 23.2. Let's go to Flynn then. Flynn's on full wets. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That really surprised me. Unless he literally completely backed out, and it might have saved him. But Yeah, for me, if you go over that, that's an invalidated lap. Flynn, talking of invalidations, Flynn has invalidated. Any improvements going on that we can see? Baz just coming up to the end of sector 1. And he's a couple of attempts up. JD Races behind him on track. Ghost Rider on his way round. Tropical, did he invalidate it? Oh no, Tropical's on lap, so let's go to him. Just coming out onto the straight. Look how quickly he shifts up into sixth to get the traction. So that very much tells me he's a no traction driver, like myself, because it's one of the ways that you can get onto full power quickly if you do traction. Hey Matex, back again. If you're a yappy cat by the looks of it. Tropical then goes into P5 on a 23.8. The McLaren of Baz heading for the line. He's on a big improvement, I think. Yeah, 22.6 puts him right up to P2. Nice lap from Baz. Who's the Ferrari? Ghost Rider's in, so it must be Checo. Oh, huge improvement from Checo. Goes P6. Mike Dole. 50.2 in sector 2. That sounds like it's probably quite decent. Well, provisionally, but we've got Flynn yet to put in a time, and I got a feeling he might take it. Plus a couple of the times on the board, like with Mike Dole, who's on a lap now, have done their laps on intermediates when I think it's pretty clear that wets are the faster tyre. It's 22.9 from Mike though, puts him into P3, so maybe it is changing a little bit. Baz. He was letting a Red Bull through there. As was Mike. But he letting Red Bulls through. So Jody Racer not showing an improvement, and he's invalidated anyway. Checo's just come out the hairpin, but clearly not improving. Flynn and Raptor still stay sat in the pits, so I think the track is clearly close to a crossover, and I think that's the only reason I can think they're sitting in the pits. Mike Dole just missed his sector 2 time, so not sure if he's on an improvement or not. As the Red Bull gets well out his way. Really, look how difficult it is to accelerate. Well, he's just slowed down on the straight, so I'm guessing he's not on a improvement. Tropical, maybe? No, he's invalidated. Nicoloco, half a second down on the last lap. He's on intermediates. So he set his PB on wets. So I think the amount of people we're seeing on intermediates clearly suggests that the track is drying, so it could end up being one of those where the last person over the line has the best track. Switching through sector 2. Matex afraid to start last. You're not afraid to start. Well, why would you be afraid to start last? Pick a loco. Has he found anything? I think he ought to do a lap now, turning the energy off. He's going to cross the line for a final lap on it at a nice time, but he needs to turn the energy off now. He does go fastest though. A 20.2, that's a huge improvement from Piccoloco. Mike Dole's improving, it's a clear intermediate track now. Oh, Glasgow's fastest, he's under 20 then. He's on a 19.2. Ghost Rider. Heads to the line. He improves by 2.5 seconds. Wow, how quickly this track's dried. So where's Flynn? Is everybody on intermediates now? Yes, they are. Supply Raptor's invalidated then. So Flynn is going to get this lap and one more. Supply Raptor will just get the next lap now due to the invalidation. Well, we hope not, Matex. We don't want to see an accident at the start, but it is a really tough set to one for everybody to get through without any touches, let's be honest. Looking at from Flynn, 18.8. This track is improving all the time. JD Racer is 3 seconds up already. He's on up for a low of 120. Let's get these guys crossing the line now. Glads is improving again. It's going to be pole. No. Oh, he invalidated. I hadn't realised that. But he's made it over the line. Oh, Piccolo. Who was that? That was Glads. Well, Glads made it over the line, but he didn't make the corner, so he's invalidated. So Glads will not improve. Piccolo's not improving. Anybody else? Who's the McLaren? That's Baz. Yeah, he's 1.5 seconds up. That's sector 2. Oh, he invalidates it and then crashes into the wall. This is Flynn then. He's on a big improvement. 6.5 attempts up. This is going to secure pole position, surely. He drives around the McLaren. So 3/4 of a second improvement, 18.0. This is... Oh, Piccolo goes into the pits, okay. So I think... Is that it then? Tropical... No, Tropical's improving. 3.8 seconds up. That puts him on a 20 flat. That would be good enough for a P5. But I suspect we'll see a big improvement through the final sector as well. So... Here he comes, and it's an 18.4. That puts him P2. Here's JD Racer. 18.4 as well. He goes P2 by a few hundredths. I think then that's it. So, wow. Okay, big improvements there at the end from everyone as the track dried out. So, that's just confirming, yeah, that is definitely it. So, Flynn takes pole position then. Congratulations to him. JD Racer in P2 in the end, after just squeezing through in Q2, he's ended up on P2. Tropical takes a very good P3. Wait for the rest to come up in a second. So, Flynn P1, JD Racer P2, Tropical 3. Supply Raptor in the end did get that lap in and got P4. Nice job from him. Glads takes P5 in the end. Piccoloco 6, Mike Dole 7, Ghost Rider 8, Baz 9, and Checo in P10. Baz actually set his time on the best time on the wets. So there we have it. Go to race director if we like, just in case they're needed for any. Should think it'll be okay. Excellent. Well, there's our top 10 for the race. As always, guys, we've got a quick break, so it's a few minutes, usually about 5 minutes. So please do not ready up until an admin says it's okay. And I will see you in just a moment. I need to get a drink because I forgot to get one. So I'll see you shortly. Oh, lovely. Somebody decided we didn't need a break again this week, so we're underway already. I should have to disappear in a minute because I've got a pot of coffee on. But let's find out what's happening then. So, before we get to the lines, so looking at the tyres, front two, so Flynn and Racer on mediums, Tropical and Supply Raptor go for hards. Glad's on the mediums, so you might finally gets up to at least P3 off the start. Piccolo goes 6, Ghost Rider 7, and Checo and Dylan all on hards. Hammy's gone for the mediums. He's been promoted up to P10, by the way. There was a couple of penalties, wasn't there, that I forgot about. So SC Matex has joined the back of the grid, as has Fez. I'm going to call him Fez because I know somebody whose nickname's Fez, so I'm going to call him Fez. He's opted for the softs in a way, so he's obviously hoping to make up some positions early doors. A few being disqualified as not correctly placing in the pit box. Let me get the position changes on a second so that I've got them up for the start. I am glad it's a dry race, I have to admit. It's better in the dry as Canada. So, here we go then. Lights are coming on. And they're out. Very short pause there. Who reacted? So, it looks like JD Racer reacted very well. We've got Tropical in AI, which isn't good. It's going to fall down the grid. Probably thought there was, like me, probably thought there was a break. So, Racer takes the lead of the race. JD Racer, Flynn in P2, TTV Glads up to 3 as I suggested. Tropical 4, Supply Raptor down 5. But gets the position through Tropical. Oh, that's a crash. That is Flynn. Well, I was trying to get to see him. Just see him in the barrier over there. I don't know what's happened there, but that has caused a full safety car. Well, Matex, you were 100% right. There was an incident at the start, so I think that's such a shame that we've lost Flynn at the start, because I was really interested to see Flynn racing with Glads and Racer, as well as Raptor, Tropical and that. But what a shame to lose him at the start like that. Zeus has made up 4 places, so he's off to a good start as well. And Holy Nosy. Into the pits comes JD Racer. That would suggest that he was involved some way. Well, there's no wing change going on, so maybe it's a straight swap of tyres. Also in is Hammy, Matex, Fez and Baz. So let's just do a quick tyre check for those guys just to see what they've gone on to. So Racer's gone on to hards, Hammy onto hards, Baz onto mediums, Matex onto hards, and Fez onto hards. So I'm not, as I said at the start of qualifying, I've not really put much time in around Canada, so I'm really not too sure as to strategies and how long tyres will last. Whether I can hards, does anybody know? Will hards do the whole race? Pretty much. Hey Top Gotcha, nice to see you, man. So it's a big call though to pit and lose so many positions to go into hards this early in the race. The possibility, with it being Canada, I would say the safety car risk around Canada is pretty high. Oh, Fez is out on the safety car. He retires and leaves the session. So, not sure if we maybe had some rear wing damage. Well, we got position changes going on. It's because Piccolo came to the pits. JD Racer's coming again. And now I wondered. Right, so that's a wing change for Piccolo. Let's just go to JD Racer. He picks up a penalty. Look, he served a penalty. He goes on his way on the medium tyres instead that he started on. JD Racer down to the back, and hey presto, TTV Gladswood leads the race again somehow. He just always ends up finding himself at the front, doesn't he? I don't know how the lad does it. Well, I do, because I drive with him in another league where I'm actually currently leading the championship and not him. But I do know how he does it. It's because he's bloody fast. That's how he does it. Truth is, I'm only leading the championship because he missed a race. That's the truth. Anyway. Well, Tropical's still in AI. Let me see if I can send him a... Oh no, I can't view his gamer card, guys, so I can't send him a invite. So I'm not sure what's going on with him. So, safety car in this lap. Let's go on board then, I think, with Tropical. No, we don't want to go on board with an AI, let's go on board with Ghost Rider. Can you see that? Oh, and we lost one in... How have we lost one under safety car? We've lost two, in fact. We've lost Mike Dahl and Tesco, who have just driven into a wall on the straight. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Hammy's into the pits. I can't understand what I'm seeing there. We're back up underway anyway. So, Lads leads by Supply from Supply Raptor. Tropical sits in an AI. So Ghost Rider looking to get ahead of that AI as quick as he can. I suppose getting ahead of it doesn't really matter. He's coming under pressure from Dylan now. For that matter, Zeus as well. He's had a lovely start to the race. Okay, close to the wall. There's a bit of contact there between Dylan and Ghost Rider on the exit. And it's just affected Dylan's exit as Zeus goes past. How high have they got the AI turned up? It's still ahead of these guys. Glad sets fastest lap. His attempt to stretch that lead over Supply Raptor, ideally to over a second. Zeus gets ahead of Ghost Rider. Dylan's having another look. Oh, this is dodgy, being side by side through this next corner. I think Dylan thought better of it. He's actually taken an escape road in the end, but there we have it. Zeus picks up a penalty, as is Holy Nelsy, who's up to P8 now. And Zeus does get past the AI. Finally someone overtakes that AI. Although the AI is coming back at him. And the AI gets back past. But no, Zeus consolidated it now. Terrible corner from the AI, and Zeus is definitely through. Ghost Rider's going at him as well. Here he goes. Ghost Rider gets past the AI as well. That AI looks like his tyres are starting to go. Something's happened to Baz, I think. He's ranged. It's on the hairpin exit. Supply Raptor now sets the fastest lap of the race. So that's a genuine... Glad said it. Oh, 5 seconds speeding in pit lane for Dylan, and we've got a safety... Yeah, it's a full safety car again, guys. Well, that is perfectly timed for me to go and get my coffee. I will leave you to see who's pitting and who's not. While I grab that. Right, okay, I'm back. So it looks like Dylan was the only one that... No, he can't be the only one pitted. I saw two drivers in the pits. Oh, Hammy's retired out. Okay. So, I think that's why he's the only one on fresh tyres anyway, Dylan. Now Glads is in. So he'll be sticking the hards on, surely. It's ideal to be able to put the hards on under a safety car. But he's dropping in a lot of places doing it. The reason I say it's ideal is because you can warm the tyres up on the laps under the safety car rather than having to do it while everybody else is at full pace. How he leaves the session. Three seconds for Dylan, racking up those penalties now. Although he's pitted as well, so I suggest he's probably only got 3 seconds now. He did have a 5. Oh no, he's still got the 5-second penalty, so you're down at the back under safety car, you may as well pit it, haven't you? Get rid of it. Keep holding on to it. Go back to the hard tyres and do the proper stint on those. Go back to the mediums later on. Would be my suggestion. Because your pit stop later on might be under normal race conditions rather than safety car. Oh, in fact, Dylan has retired. Well, not a good start to the race, guys. Can't lie. Lap 7 we're on. We're on the second safety car, and we've now lost 6 drivers. Let's hope it's not safety cars all the way through. We've also got one AI car on the track, so we're technically down to 11 drivers, really. I can't believe how many retirements I'm seeing under safety car. It's unreal. Dylan leaves the session then. Right. Just for any viewers out there, I've just put my phone on, so I can't see any messages at the moment. Let's catch up with them in a bit. So, feel free to pop anything in. In comes the safety car then. So Supply Raptor leading the way. Zeus now in P2. So has a penalty. Ghost Rider P3. Checo P4 because that tropical car don't count. Here we go then. Supply leads it away. Looks like a pretty safety away. There was just a Heat Gang having a look at Holy Nailsy. Ends up getting a little tap on the back, I think, from the Red Bull. Oh, come on. Gotta be careful. It wasn't that Red Bull that tapped you on the back. It's no harm done in the end. They keep going. That's right up behind Mr. Heat Gang now. Oh, and that's... No, that was Holy Nailsy. Holy Nailsy ends up round. And into the wall. We've got... double wage yellows in sectors 1 and 2 at the moment. Hopefully that'll be... Yeah, it's cleared it now, so no safety car on this one. So that was just JD Racer getting past the AI car. At the moment, some impressive races going on, but I think nobody's impressing me more at the moment than Supply Raptor. Got to give it to him. You saw earlier on when Glads was leading, Glads set the fastest lap on the mediums, and a lap after on the hard, Supply Raptor took it back off him as Glads gets past the AI as well. But, the only thing for Supply now is he's got guys that are on fresh hards now that potentially I would assume can go to the end of the race. I can't be 100% sure of that, but I would think so, as Pick a Loco, I think, is round. Set to 1. Just a quick look, I can't see any obvious damage, so I think he's okay just to continue. JD Racer is catching Ghost Rider, but he's also under immense pressure from Checo and Glads as well. That Ferrari in a very meaty Red Bull sandwich. As Glads looks up the inside of Checo. Looks like he's got it done, but then Checo comes back down the straight. Gonna be so... Oh, and in the end, the straight line speed of the Ferrari is superior. As DRS is now enabled, nice to see. Matex gets past the AI as well. So, at the moment, these guys all in a line now. So this is Ghost Rider, MP3, JD Racer, Checo and Glads. I think let's go to Ghost Rider. Mike Dole's left the session. Yeah, he's out. It's okay, I don't need to invite him back. Moment though, look at Supply Raptor. He's pulled out 3 seconds over Zeus. And Zeus has clearly looked very quick. So that's actually not an easy thing to do. It's really impressive at the moment, Supply Raptor. I'm going to give it to him. Ghost Rider holds off the Red Bull. So now the two Red Bulls are in the middle of a Ferrari sandwich. This time JD Racer gets past Ghost Rider and he's coming under attack from Glads as well. Didn't get a good chicane. So through goes both Red Bulls on Ghost Rider. He's now got the teammate on the back of him. The only team orders here, they're both on the same tyres, same amount of laps. So, I think we're fine. The 2 Red Bulls are going to probably work together pretty much. Look to catch Zeus. But at the moment, you've got to say Supply Raptor is going to be rather pleased with his afternoon's work so far. Two Ferraris. Yeah, let's just take this moment just to have a little look. You see Matex has now caught the back of these Ferraris as well. So, let's put some pressure on if you can. Supply Raptor sets another fastest lap of the race now on 12 lap old hards. He's not letting up, and I guess that is because he may be aware that there's the possibility that Glads may go to the end, or may be able to go to the end on his hard tyres. So he can't just let up. Obviously he's going to be able to be on a much nicer set of tyres later on in the race. It's Supply Raptor. So just knocked the headset line there. Let's go down now. Baz has caught the back of Mr. Heat Gang. So this is a situation where we've got a car. Oh, it's going to have to take the hairpin again. He didn't like the way he took it first time, Baz. He was going to go around and have another go. Off he goes again. I was just about to say, we've actually got a situation where a car is on the back of another one with DRS, but that changed. I think there really might be a shape for Ghost Rider letting Checo through here, you know. They've now got Matex right on the... Oh, and Ghost Rider spun it! So, inadvertently, he has let Checo through. I'm just making sure he's recovered. He has got going again. But he has fallen down to the back now. So, let's see then if Checo did have any pace in him. One thing I am noticing now, that the mediums have hit a bit of a wall. They're on 12 lamps, but it's quite clear the hards are faster now. I think the Red Bulls need to switch. Well, technically, at the moment, those two are probably in the Drivers' Championship contention, the two of them. If the mediums are going off this quick, it makes it be really difficult for me to believe that the hards are going to go to the end for Glads. Matex gets past the Ferrari with DRS, but the Ferrari comes back. Matex will get the DRS down the home straight. But the exit there on the chicane means he's not going to be able to make a move back. We just need to wait for the long straight again. Or not. Oh, in the end, Checo decides he didn't fancy going through there side by side with someone. Could have been the end of everything for both of them. So, Checo yields. And the Red Bulls do swap positions. And that was a position swap. You could see that the way that Racer had gotten out of the way. They're catching Zeus, but I think that's sensible. So let Glads go after him. Glads has got the fresher tyres. It's quite clear. So, Picoloco is on the back of... Well, he's on the back of the AI. I assume Tropical's still AI yet. So, Picoloco about to make a position up. So, bear in mind, these guys that are behind Tropical actually are a place higher than they are showing. So, Baz is actually currently P9, Ghost Rider P10. So, they're all in the points. JD Racer has come in. He goes to hards, and he's definitely going to the end. I mean, I fully expect Glads to try and push these hards out to the end. I think that's his best chance of winning this race. But, doing things like this, having to ride in the dirty air of Zeus, isn't going to help him in that pursuit. But, alternatively, it's going to be a late stop for a set of softs, I would imagine. But, assuming Ratzer is doing a standard sort of hard to medium, I think we'll be seeing him somewhere around lap 20, lap 19, 20, 21, one of those. Oh, Ghost Rider! That's going to be a safety car. He was back there somewhere, I missed it. He was on the left-hand side. Oh, Ghost Rider. Guaranteed points, mate, if you got to the end. Unlucky. This is a bit frustrating for the hard tyre starters because it's a little bit early to switch to mediums. But they got no choice, really. I mean, what else are you going to do? You haven't really got a choice. You just got to do it and accept it. So, anyway, into the pits comes Checo, Mr. Heat Gang, Tropical's AI, and Baz. Baz going back to the hard tyres he started on, so he'll be able to go to the end. I went for a second start to saying that these guys on mediums can't make it to the end. I'm sure they would, but those mediums are going to be terrible later on, aren't they? So, by my reckoning, I think Supply Raptor Pitts, he comes out... Well, it depends on the others behind him, of course, but I think he'll come out behind Matex. Although, as I say, Zeus is pitting in a way. I imagine Glads is going through, he is indeed. Matex is going through. I'm not sure actually. Supply might stay out ahead of him. There's. Oh, or has he? Just again going to tell him to give it back. No, I think he's done it. I think he's managed just to come out in P2. Wow. Well, I'm sure they could push the mediums out, but Glads is going to be pushing hards out, so they're both in the same boat in a way. But Supply Raptors obviously going to have a lot more grip starting this next stint. So for me, I think everybody's going to the end. Pick local, I don't know. Matex. I'm a little surprised he stayed out on 16 lap old hards. I'm not gonna lie. But in the same situation, if well, yeah, I mean, if he'd have gone to the mediums that he started the race on, he'd already done 1 or 2 laps or whatever. 1 lap, I think. So it's going to be difficult for mediums to make it through, so maybe he's done the right thing. It's a difficult shout, really. That was a really awkwardly timed safety car. Pretty much for everyone. Nobody's really benefited from that safety car. That was a bit of an awkward time. Pretty much for everyone. It's, in a way, Glads is going to lead us away on this safety car. Supply Raptor, Pitson comes out in P2, Matex running P3, JD Racer in P4 on nice hard tyres that can take him to the end. Could yet be a dark horse actually, JD Racer, you know. See, his tyres are going to have advantage over the mediums of Supply Raptor later in the race, so could be a dark horse yet. Zeus has been in, come out in P5, Checo's running 6. Heat Gang, Piccoloco. Forget Tropical, Baz is in P9. Tropical doesn't exist in our eyes. So, let's just have a quick check on these penalties. So, not sure what everybody's got. JD Racers 3 seconds, Zeus 6, Heat Gang 3 for Piccoloco and 6 for Baz. So there we have it. We won't leave it on that. But, position change. Look at Matex up 15 places. Lovely. But quite a big question mark over whether he can get to the end. 7 for Zeus. Even regardless of the big place gains, Matex is definitely in with a shout at driver of the day. But honestly, Supply Raptor has seriously impressed me today. It's like he's stepped up. Yeah. I wonder what my dad was smiling at me for there. As I said, Supply Raptor, he just happens to be watching Jurassic Park and there's a big raptor on the TV screen at the moment. So, we are back racing. Glads leads the way, but surely in this, well, Supply's going to want to get this move done as soon as he can. He's going to have a, right at this moment in time, he's got a massive tyre advantage. Here goes Supply Raptor, it's giving me a terrible camera angle for it. going to have another go. This is pure grip in those tyres. Allows him to accelerate quicker. And Glads tries to fight it, but right now there's just nothing that Glads can do about that. And I think the roles are reversed. JD Racer let Glads through earlier on. I think Glads needs to do the same. He's finding a good place to do it, because at the moment Zeus is still a bit close to JD Racer. He could do with JD Racer just pulling away from Zeus a bit, but the problem is JD Piccoloco makes up a place over Heat Gang, who picks up 3 seconds for a corner cut in. Let's go then to... I think, yeah. I know it'll be a bit infuriating for Glads, but I think he has to play the team game here and let Racer through for the sake of the constructors. Otherwise, Supply Raptor is going to disappear. Oh, just realised I put sugar in my coffee. Ugh. So look at Zeus. He's having a look, but JD Racer has made the move on his teammate, and I think that was a controlled move, deliberately done. So through goes JD Racer. They make the switch, and they do it in such a way to stop Zeus taking any advantage. So JD Racer now, at the moment, all he can do is try and keep the gaps of Supply Raptor as low as possible. It's not about catching it at the moment, it's keeping out down for when the tyres cross over, because they will cross over at some point. You seem to be seeing in the first stint that the mediums, when they hit 12 laps, were losing considerable pace. That's what it appeared. At the moment, JD not exactly disappearing from Glads and Zeus's eat, so Zeus picks himself up another penalty. Supply Raptor sets the fastest lap with a 1:12.5, but he's also picked up a penalty now. At the moment, trying to think of the long term for this race here. For me, Glads is still the best opportunity that Red Bull have got of winning this race, but yeah, I think the idea is that hopefully JD Racer will drag him along, but Zeus is really proving to be a bit of a menace at the moment. I do kind of want to move down. We've got a different battle going on for P5. Look at Zeus. He's having a look at the outside into the hairpin. Is he going to get switched back? Looks to get a better exit. So they'll both get DRS. No. Glads is having to use that energy look to defend this. Oh no, he wasn't. My apologies. So you can see that's the battle for 5th in the background, and I'm quite intrigued by that one. Zeus clearly wants past Glads at the moment. If I'm absolutely honest, if I... Oh, that's bad. That's bad racing. I'm afraid that was a bad one. There was a couple of little bit of wheel banging going on, but ultimately Zeus was on the inside of Glads there, and Glads just turned in. But that's just what it looked like in real time. But that battle for P5 is now a battle for P3, so it's a battle for a podium now. But yeah, in real time it did look like Glads turned in from there, but that's a matter for the stewards, not me. I ain't getting involved. So at the moment, Checo then has been able to hold off these guys. check the tyres. So Checo on the 7-lap mediums. So he's able to hold off Matex, but he can't get rid of him. As we got a yellow and sets 2 and 3, and that's a safety car. Oh, who's going to benefit from this? Who's going to be able to get it? Glads is in. Glads benefits from it. Baz goes round. Well, Zeus is retired. Oh, so he was the retirement then. Okay. Let's cause the safety car. Meanwhile, can an AI win this race? Well, again, I would argue this is a hard decision now for Supply Raptor. He's now on 7-lap-old mediums. He's got a guy behind him on 10-lap-old hards. For me, if I was the 2 drivers, I'd rather be on the hards. At this stage. Glad's pitted and puts mediums on, but I'm wondering... Right now we've got 11 laps till the end. It'll be 10 when they cross the line next, and the safety car... Well, they haven't even caught the safety car yet, so obviously it's going to stay out. I mean, my mind's going to softs. How can it not? It's... Let's see then. So, Supply Raptor and JD Racer have both gone round. Checo's into the pits, Matex is into the pits, Piccoloco, Heat Gang all into the pits, Baz is into the pits, the AI goes round. I assume then that Glads will go round, but I don't think he's going to be able to jump them all. No, I think Checo's going to get out ahead of him. It's almost identical to what we saw earlier on. I think Checo's going to get there. He does, and in the end, Glads, Matex just about gets Glads as well. Oh, so now this definitely isn't ideal for Glads, is it? He's stuck in the middle of 5 drivers that are all on fresh soft tyres to the end. Now, is it me, or are things suddenly looking rather nice for Mr. Matex? Checo as well, but obviously he's got the penalty. Matex hasn't. So much of this is gonna. Obviously, again, bear in mind the AI car of Tropical, so it's currently sat in P3. So all the guys below are actually 1 place higher. So Checo's already on a podium position, meaning Matex is P4 with all 3 drivers ahead of him on penalties, and he's got fresh softs to try and stay on the back of them. So genuinely, Matex, I mean, if Matex wins this race, I've got no choice but to give him driver of the day. I'll still give a big shout out to Supply Raptor though, because I think he's racing an absolutely fantastic race today. He really has. Glad's actually opted not to stay in the middle of that run of cars on softs and pits himself, instead moving to soft tyres. Woo, hang on, what's happening? Why is everybody driving past the AI car? I have no idea what was just going on there, but hopefully it's all sorted itself out. Safety car is in this lap, and so I don't know why the yellow flags have stopped already. That's a bit strange. I hope the lobby's not glitching on us. Flashing on the screen there, but they've disappeared from me. In a way, Supply Raptor will lead us away. Still got a bit of life in those tyres yet, so bear in mind the stint would be able to be extended because of the safety car anyway. So Supply Raptor gets us away. JD Racer in P2. Checo already on the back of JD Racer. My word. Got to be careful here. You've got a guy ahead of you on 13 lap old hards with your fresh softs. Naturally, you could probably brake quite a bit later than Racer can, but it's your responsibility as the car behind to make sure you don't run into him. So oh, Checo runs a bit wide. Is Matex going to be able to take advantage of this? On comes the energy. Doesn't look like he was quite... Just wasn't close enough, was he? Just to get the advantage on Checo there. Well, there must be something in Matex's mind saying, I've got a genuine chance here. If he knows that the three cars ahead of him have got penalties, I don't know. He might not actually know that. As the AI pits. I think the AI must have had a crash then. I think that's why everybody went past him under safety car, because the AI crashed. So he's now gone into the pits for what was presumably a new wing and the sets off, so... At the moment... It really could be odd, because... JD's tyres could bring him back towards supply, I would say in the last sort of 3 or 4 laps. Just needs to hold that gap. If he can hold it under 2 seconds, that would be brilliant for him. But of course, he's coming under immense pressure from the Ferrari. I don't think... Yeah, no. DRS wasn't enabled. But look at the overspeed the Ferrari's got. Go back to on board. And Checo gets through. That's big for Checo. He can now look to get away from Racer while Matex tries to get past. DRS now enabled, of course. Glad sets the fastest lap of the race. He's now back up to P6, by the way. Again, Glads will know, because he's been driving with them. He'll know there's penalties at the front. So he knows that there is still a chance of a podium. There's no doubt about it. Checo not really making any indent on Supply Raptor yet. Those mediums have hit the 12 laps that we mentioned, but of course some of the laps done under safety cars, so I'm sure they've still got at least 2 or 3 more laps of pretty decent life left in them. As Matex has a go at Racer. Oh, a tiny little bit of contact there. Glads has appeared in P5 as well. So he's got past Piccoloco. But is there anything that JD Racer can do? There isn't. That Matex, with the soft tyres, with the grip, gets the overspeed. And into P3 goes Matex. Let's be honest about it. TTV Glads is going to be screaming, please get it away, please get it away, and he does. They've really worked well as a team today, haven't they, Red Bull? You're really seeing their teammates working well together, which is always a joy to see. But Racer getting out of the way of his teammate there has probably just handed his teammate a guaranteed podium. Baz gets ahead of Heat Gang a bit further down. That's for a P7. In a moment, Matex is trying. He's trying to hold on within the second, but he had just lost it. I don't know whether he'd lost it. No, he got the DRS, so he's okay. So, I mean, at the moment, Supply Rats are still getting away from these guys. Bit by bit, but he is getting away. So now's the important bit. Matex has caught the back of Checo now. Oh, is he going for a move? I think he is. He's got the inside. And he's got a better exit. And up into P2 goes Matex. Oh, and the red... Oh, that's Glads and Checo. They're both back going, but it's knocked them down. Brings Picoloco up into a P4, but that's a shame. I'm afraid it's. I'm not going to mention anything, but that battling though has allowed Supply Raptor to suddenly pull out a 4-second lead. Checo is dropping down. They're side by side again, Glads and Checo. Can they do it without contact this time? They can. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Glads. That was JD Racer. My apologies. So, JD Racer picks up 3 seconds. Wow. But, I think, if I'm absolutely honest, I think the reason Raptor's managing to keep the lead out isn't just because he's a quick driver, but it's because although his tyres are going, I think the softs are probably already going. So they don't last long. So they've lost their sort of advantage. Just mighty quick in the first few laps, and then they do start slowing down a bit. So Heat Gang... Oh dear, it looks like Heat Gang and Baz have come to blows there. Baz gets going again, and gets going again in P7. So... By this time it is Glads and Checo, which are next to each other after the earlier contact. Can they get it right this time? And that almost looked like Checo didn't really want to fight there. So Heat Gang is coming to the pits, by the way, after that damage, or after that contact. Right, let's get the penalties up so we know exactly where we stand. So, yeah, Supply does have the 3 seconds, what I thought, so currently wins the race. Matex P2. And we'll keep that in a way because he's penalty free. 6 seconds for JD Race, just going to drop him back a couple of places. No, just the 1 place actually, because Checo also has 6 seconds. Picoloco's just picked up an extra 3. Just shores up Matex even more. Yeah, so Checo's got 6 seconds. Baz has got 12. But obviously Heat Gang's got 6 and is well back, having pitted. So just feels like it's quieting down. It's still close together, but just feels like it's quieting down a bit. There's no need for the Red Bulls to switch positions this time. Glads is going to move up to P3 in a way, on being penalty free. Obviously, all results will be pending any investigations from the stewards, but for the sake of the commentary, I can only call what actually happens here. So, but I have to give it to Supply Raptor. It's actually a little bit of a shame that he's picked up the 3-second penalty. If he hadn't done that, I'd be 100% awarding him driver of the day, even though Matex has made up so many positions. Sorry, congratulations, Supply Raptor across the line and wins the race. Matex P2, TTB Guards is promoted to P3. Pick a Loco P4. JD Racer then gets ahead of Checo actually on penalties, but JD Racer. So something must have happened between Piccoloco and JD Racer. There was a battle going on. Baz has crossed the line for P7. This is the annoying ass AI of Tropical. He's not really there, so I don't know why am I watching him. Yeah, so regards driver of the day, I think quite honestly, if Supply Raptor hadn't picked up 3 seconds and he was fully penalty free, I would give him driver of the day today because he has been incredibly impressive. But at the same time, Matex has made up an absolute horde of positions from the back to come P2 and has remained penalty free. So for me, on the basis that he stayed penalty free, I'm going to award the driver day to Matex. But a huge shout out for Supply Raptor, who's won this race really brilliantly, to be quite honest. He's really impressed me. Really has. It's a beautiful trophy. Obviously, Glads gets the final podium spot. In terms of championship, it's still worked out for Glads. This P3 is still plenty good enough for him at the moment. So, I know people like Glads want to win every single race, but can't just always do that. But he's picked up the fastest lap as well for the extra point. Just half a tenth quicker than Supply Raptor, but when you consider that TTV Glad's fastest lap was set on softs, Supply Raptors was set on, I believe, mediums. So impressive. That was so close. Let's do a quick scroll down so that Bob Dylan and JD Racer and that have got the standings all on there and the penalties. And then let's go to the race director and just scroll through the incidents just in case the stewards need to be able to take a look at them. It's, well, quick summary of the race. I mean, it was obviously a safety car fest, unfortunately, but in all honesty, when is Canada not a safety car fest? It always is. It's such a tight, difficult track, particularly sectors 1 and 2. And even the obvious places to make overtakes down the main straight with the DRS, that culminates in a horrible chicane. So even the best place to make overtakes ends up with a difficult corner at the end of it. I really do think the track needs changing, but yeah, there we go. That's just my opinion. But yeah, so it's a safety car fest, but there was some great battling in there. Some brilliant drives, obviously driver of the day Matex, but a gigantic shout out to Supply Raptor as well, because on another day he'd have got driver of the day hands down. But yeah, otherwise, guys, I can't say that I didn't enjoy the race. I did, so thank you for that. I've obviously got to get off, as you all know. I do another commentary at 8 o'clock, so I've got to get off. But well done to all of you. I'll put a little message in the chat later on. But yeah, congratulations to the guys that finished. All of them getting points, of course, apart from the AI. And we'll see you next week for round 6. So good night, guys. Have a nice rest of your Sunday evenings. Enjoy your weeks, and we'll see you next Sunday.